Oh, what the fuck, Rowan?
Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to vortex.
What up, cuz?
Look at this man.
Oh, sick, bro.
Yo guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Taking It Easy podcast. Now I'm not sure what my fellow colleague is doing. Looks like he's a bit high on crack or something.
Good evening.
Yeah, I to be honest, I have no idea what's wrong with him. But that is okay because I'm also in a groovy mood because we're going back and we're talking about our favourite high school stories.
Oh yes.
Throughout our Rosemate time.
Oh yes,
So,
it is time. You guys wanted it. You guys are getting it. Our most viewed video is the high school reunion. So we're doing a bit like one of those ones again. Rowan and I are going to tell some of our own stories, but we've also got two guests on, Cale Edmed, Paddy Tobin, and they've got some absolutely hilarious stories to share with you guys for today's episode.
Exactly, and I'm so excited. I always love looking back at all these stories in high school, you know, and just reminiscing about how much of a good time we had. Even though we got into a lot of shit, it was still like the best time ever.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. So without further ado, enjoy the episode, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share the channel to your mates. Let's get into Cale's story. We'll do Paddy's after, and then we'll finish off with us two. G'day, guys. Welcome back to our new segment, High School Stories. Alongside me, I have Rowan, of course, but special guest, Cale Edmed. You did Rosebank College, year 12 with us, graduated last year. How are you, big fella? Good to see you.
Oh, good boys. How are we?
Mate, we're doing cracker.
Not bad, man. Not too bad, yeah.
We have just spoken for like 5 minutes before this.
How you doing? Oh, fuck. Just said that 2 minutes ago. Yeah, bro.
Good boys. Just, you know, pretty tired, obviously.
That's
Doing
it.
a lot, but
Big tradie man.
haven't been here. Oh, yeah.
That's
Get
it.
up.
Carpentry?
Yeah, mate. I've been doing since basically finished school, been doing my carpentry apprenticeship with my dad. He's a builder, owns a small business, just doing renos and that. It's pretty good.
That's good fun, bro.
Do it, so yeah.
That's mad, man.
Good
That's
shit,
awesome,
man.
Yeah.
So that kind of links me to one of the stories because you were telling me about your industrial class.
Yes.
That was an absolutely iconic class in year 11, year 12. What shenanigans went down in that class, man? Because we were all wondering. We could all see from an outside, like you boys just had like the most fun. What happened, man?
It's an industrial class. Like we always make jokes. It's the job kit class. So you can imagine some, like we're all pretty serious about the industrial and that, but like we mucked around a lot. Like, you know, get up to do some stupid shit.
Yeah,
but
as always.
I mean, what else do you do when you put like 20 boys in a room with fucking like wood and tools and stuff?
There's one really funny one. There was one.
I've heard one about Hugh.
Yeah, this is the one. There's lots about Hugh. There's lots of stories about Hugh.
Oh, dude, I wish we had Hugh on.
In general.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? There was one day when we discovered we could play with the vacuum. Every day we vacuumed the floors afterwards, mucking around, and then forget who it was. Probably Hugh. Like we decided to take the like the floor thing off, so it's just like the little tube.
Yep.
Yeah. So yay big.
Yeah.
And someone started like suctioning people. So we started sucking each other, and we were like going around, suctioning in different parts of our bodies and that.
Specifics or nah, just like
go again.
Any specifics or just like?
And then being Hugh, he came with the bright idea. It was only a matter of time before this happened. And he turns around. He's like looking away from us. He's got the vacuum, like on his testicle. It's in there, and it's attached. Like he doesn't have to hold it anymore. He's got his hands off. He turns around. He goes ah, and we're all cracking up. And at this exact moment, because we had like 2 rooms, 2 workshops.
Yep.
This walks in the door as he's like ah. This opens the door. And she's coming in because she heard sort of laugh. She was coming in like yelling as she walked in to get up us. She saw us happening. Just kind of started yelling. Just went oh. And then turned around and walked out. And like you can see her like laughing. It was the funniest thing, man. And like that's just like.
So this was what? Yeah. Oh, dude.
Like it was so we were just so loose. There's so much random shit. And Miss she was in the end. She was Miss Lyons.
Yep.
She got married in that. She was like pretty chill, you know. Like and we did when we wanted to work because we were all passionate about our industrial and that. We all like got all the work done, but we also had a bit of fun. Yeah. So she kind of like she was pretty chill about it.
Yeah.
Until she saw a student's testicle.
Yeah, she never mentioned it. It's funny. She actually never mentioned it because like what do you say? Like
yeah, after that,
she never mentioned it until like the last day of year 12. She was like giving us a speech and telling us all this stuff, saying we were her favorite class ever. Obviously,
Oh, dude.
And as you do. And then she just mentioned at the end, she goes, and I'm like scarred for life for seeing you back in that day. Like, we lost it.
That was like the #1 story you have from school, or you got a couple others?
There's too many that count or even to remember, but like there's some really good memories probably at ski trip. Was when
For people who don't know like what ski trip, do you want to like tell them what a bit like what it is?
Pretty cool thing our school had like an opportunity. So you guys always talking about like opportunities and that and taking them. Like Vincent mentioned it in the other one.
Yeah.
And like our school had lots of that stuff, and like the ski trip basically you'd apply. There was like 3 year groups that could get in, and you'd apply to go on basically a ski trip, go snowboarding, skiing up at was it? I think it was Threadborough?
One of the two.
Because then we went over to Blue Cow, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Persia, and like, basically, you got in if Mr. Taylor, you got in his good side, who's a sports bloke, and that was, basically just do sports and you're on his good side. And it was just like so much fun. They pretty free reign, you go for like 3 days or something. You'd be surprised how chill the teachers are, you just go off on your own thing, and it's pretty great. Oh, sorry, I keep moving my laptop now.
That's alright, bro.
Yeah. So basically, there was one night, we were all, it was our first year, so we were in year 10, and there was year 11s there. We were pretty innocent, pretty chill. And then we were just, as you do, playing Murder in the Dark and random shit like that. And then, meanwhile, outside, all the year 11s are going around. We thought, what Flynn was calling Just Juice. You know those little Just Juice cartons where they say Just Juice on them?
Yeah.
What was in it?
Drinking Just Juice. It wasn't juice. it was concoction of, stuff a year 11 student shouldn't be drinking.
Well, like one of those big 2-liter fucking Just Juice.
Oh, it was big, yeah.
Oh, Jesus, bro.
It wasn't straight, but
just like spirits and shit.
Yeah,
it was like
I think there was actually some Just Juice in there. It just wasn't Just Juice. And they're all getting pissed. It was like the whole year 11s. And then next thing we know, we've got our cabin. Next thing we know, they've all kind of like, everyone in the place has just kind of joined into our room. And it became like the party room.
Bro, it turned to a sardine can, bro. I went in, I couldn't move anywhere.
I was just laying in my bed. Next thing I know, there's like 6 other people just on the bed. They're all just like scattered in there. Alex is like over there, being the grizzly bear he is. He was like getting the shits of people because he was trying to sleep. And it was just, but hey, he's alright. But like, it was so funny, and they were all just getting pissed in their room. Next thing you know, like, I forget even what happened, but like a teacher came in or knew I was up. And then after it all settled down, everyone went back to their rooms. We were all sitting down. We were getting ready for bed. We were, apart from Hugh and Connor, who were one of the almost everyone, but like a few of us. Like I actually didn't that time because I kind of had a feeling something was going to go down. I was like,
Yeah.
Bro, we're all in this motel in the middle of nowhere with teachers literally having dinner in the next room. What do you think's going to happen?
Like I'm thinking, I'm skiing tomorrow. Don't need to be snowboarding. Don't need to be hungover. Not to mention we're definitely getting caught. Like, there's no way around it. So I kind of like got to watch the whole thing from a sober perspective. And 2 of my mates, Connor and Hugh, and there was heaps of other mates. It was basically everyone but me and Alex and like some other random people that weren't drinking, but they were like, mucking about, because they're always like that on the piss, like they just muck around with each other, fighting, having fun, just being derricks. And then it would be like trying to go to bed, and then these two are dancing around in their undies. They were having like a ball of a time, and then we hear this like, oi, oh fuck, what's this?
That's when you know.
Stokes Cornish in there. It's Mr. Diarchus standing at the door. Connor doesn't know this is the best part.
The most intimidating man.
He's a very big man, by the way.
About 4'9".
And there's like this wall in between the doorway and the beds, and then Connor in his undies kind of swings around it, holding the edge, and it goes out like this in his undies. It's like, hello. And there's Mr. Diarchus standing there, and obviously that's all the evidence Mr. Diarchus needed to know that
something was
going on. Next thing we know, everyone staying in the place from our school is all like in this room getting interrogated. It was just a whole thing, but it was just probably not the best story now I'm thinking about it, but like it was pretty.
So did the trip get cut early? Was it like cut early, or did you guys stay the whole?
Yeah, they didn't get sent home, but they just kind of like they just had to sit there and watch everyone snowboard.
Because like after the whole thing, they literally got everyone to stand out in like the middle of this like motel car park. They're like, Mr. Taylor, who was our PSB coordinator, he was pissed as fuck as well.
Oh, yeah, bro. They were
off their noggins too. They were drinking wine.
Yeah, that was the whole thing people were saying. They were like, oh, they do this every year because like the teachers are always pissed anyway. So everyone was like, oh yeah, it's fine then.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then so they literally made everyone go into this hall and write on a piece of paper who you saw was involved to snitch on everyone. And then the people that they caught were involved, they were like, we know what, you're just going to sit down and watch everyone else ski in like the cafeteria area of the ski lodge.
But like a lot of people got away from like a lot of people that just like had it like drank, kind of like got to nothing really happened. But then there was like a few people, the ones who like bring in stuff, had stuff in their bags, all that. They were the ones who were getting, had to watch everyone snowboard, just drink hot chocolates all day.
Oh yeah, man. That ski trip was insane. I'm always going to remember that, man.
Oh mate, so good. Never forget it, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's an iconic thing at Rosebank, the fucking ski.
Really is.
Everyone wanted to go. They're like literally like half the year applied, I swear.
Yeah, bro, it's tough, man. Like it's like a lot of people miss out. Like the last year, it was like, how like we have our main group called the Nick Dogs, were just a bunch of derricks. There was I think Lockie was like the only one in like our main group that like didn't get in the last year, and it's pretty rough.
Poor Lockie.
We also had when we had our our year 11 retreat. Were you in that room with like that whole naked boy shit going on with like Federico and stuff?
No,
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
That one's funny.
I gotta tell it another day, but I think so. What happens is that in year 11, we go on like this like retreat thing where it's like you get split up in 3 different groups. So one went down to Mittagong, one was out west near Penrith. I forget what the place is called, Mulgoa. And
I couldn't even tell you.
Other place was Kaya Ridge, and I think Cale. You were with I remember you remember the cricket coach.
Yes.
Apparently like you were pissing him off like the whole fucking night.
Oh, there's something we can't actually say that was really funny, but I definitely can't say it. But it was like a whole thing with Mac. It was just the funniest thing ever. We had a name.
I've heard of it. Like,
it wasn't. Huh?
We're gonna get taken down if you reveal the story.
The name thing wasn't the bad part, but it was just like all the stuff that happened. It was just there was a part when we, Matt got stripped of his clothes and was trapped in his bed. We had these where are the exchange students from?
Spain or Chile or something? Yeah,
Chile.
Yeah, Chile.
And then we became really good mates with them like on that trip.
Yeah.
And then there was one moment like it was like late, like when everyone was in bed, and Mr. Galea had just like who was the principal at the time, by the way. Obviously I'm telling. It's weird because like you guys went to the school and I'm like talking. He was visiting our camp at the time, and he was like outside our room. We didn't know. Old mate from Chile comes in the room. I think it was Benjamin or something.
Yeah.
Or was
Yeah.
it Rodrigo? One of them.
Yeah.
And then we started like chanting, we're like screaming at him, and he was screaming, and he was on the mat, we were screaming so loud, just doing some stupid shit. And then Mr. Kalia comes to the door and just sprays us. We had to like sit outside in the cold for like an hour, bro.
Bro,
It's
but
rough,
if you
lads.
were an exchange student, like you could do whatever the fuck you wanted with
Straight
no
up,
consequences.
man.
Like he probably wouldn't give a fuck.
Ben, Ben kind of figured that out in the end as well.
Until
Yeah.
you get deported back to Chile.
He kind of just did his own thing at camp, really.
Yeah.
no,
Pretty sure he
yeah.
just we all got sent outside, and I think he kind of just like got up and like walked away and like went back to his bed.
Yeah. Oh, bro, that's too
Alex
good.
Judge missed the whole thing because he was on the toilet. Yeah, bro.
Oh, Judgy, what a man.
So what would be your the third and final story if you had to pick like a third one?
He has
We'll
given
watch that
3,
and then
but
rank it.
give one more.
Obviously, the whole soccer thing in year 12 that
Oh,
Vince
yeah.
went
Yeah,
over, like I
that
can't
was
get past that. I was so
crazy.
mad.
Mm.
But like I can't even. It's so hard to think of them at the time, but there's so many good ones. But like at school, it's like we used to like everyone that went to school knows like our group was pretty rare. We're
Yeah.
rare. Like we're a bit rowdy. We're just Dereks. You used to like
Yeah.
bang on the bench and play songs for like palm chord. And we used to have food fights like frequently. Like someone would throw food. Next thing you know, massive food fight.
Wait, surely tell them about the potion plant.
Oh, the
Oh, the potion plant.
The boys told me to mention this.
Oh,
Basically,
boys.
once we were given, like, we got into year 12, and, like, all year 12s get the right to have this big balcony, the year 12 balcony. And it's like, teachers go on, it's a privilege, you gotta look after it. Like, we did otherwise, but, like, we had this big pot, and it kind of, like, started to fill up with rain, and it wasn't, like, the rain wasn't flying at the bottom like pots are meant to. And it was just, like, it had, it was filling up a bit, and then we eventually started this thing where, like, it's pretty bad. Like all of the rubbish we ever had, like every day, just went into the pot. And it was like the potion. We used to call it the potion, and like it just progressed. I'm talking
Bro,
like
it smelled like
until they
fermented
cleaned
vomit. It
Oh,
was disgusting.
Bro, I'm talking
Oh
like
my
until they
God.
cleaned it, it would have been like half a year or so, maybe one more.
Yeah,
Of just
yeah.
like everything in there, like tuna to
Oh, dude.
like peels, like you'd walk past. I remember people mentioning like people getting the shits, like they'd be walking past to go, they just come back with their like food from the canteen, and they just can't avoid it. It's like walk around the monkey table, which is us like fighting and shit, or walk past the feral potion that we made.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just it was pretty bad, and then
When
eventually.
we were talking about bad, it was like you would put a piece of plastic and it would disintegrate in the potion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was full on toxic. Like, and you the occasional it would get like you dip something and throw it at someone, but like it was pretty bad. And then one day we came back and it was just gone.
Bro, whoever cleaned that up, mad fucking respect.
Mate,
That deserve a pay
That was
rise, bro.
Peter. Like I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
bro.
I'm buying him some chockies. I love him.
Oh, Peter, we love him.
Right, so if you rate those 3 stories, best, like number 1 being best, number 3 is being least best.
4, because he's got Indos, ski trip,
yeah, true.
the exchange thing or whatever, and then fucking potion.
There was another really funny one with the whole food fight thing. Just a quick one.
Yeah.
One time,
Yep.
we were playing. I thought we were playing handball. We played handball for a while. Like,
Yeah.
We did some super shit there as well. But like, I can't remember if it was during a game or just randomly. Hugh just like turns straight towards this massive town or school and just goes. It just pegs this apple. Like what? I'm talking like.
Like a full apple.
50 meters, bro, like across like a full apple, man. It just hits the top of this tower, like 20 meters up. It just explodes. And it's this rain of apple just coming down onto all these year 8 students. Oh, year 9. It was like this year 9, 8 group of girls. And then the teacher saw it, and it was the funniest thing, man. It was so random, like
Yeah.
he just did it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so
But this guy Hugh we're talking about, he's a genuine ape. Like, he is all over the place.
No,
We love it.
we would
We
actually
love it.
refer to your group as the apes. Like, that was the only
like-
way to you guys were...
That was we made a
dude.
soccer team. Mind you, we're all like, we're all like grew up playing like rugby league. Some of the boys AFL, rugby union. Like none of us were like good. Like we played soccer when we were younger, but we made a soccer team and we named it shrewdness. Which if you search it up, it means different things. But shrewdness is a pack of apes, and we just embodied that on the football field.
Exactly.
We can vouch for that.
Yeah, we can.
In a soccer game. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Oh,
So if you're gonna rate all those 5 stories, how are you rating them? One
I
to
can't.
5.
Oh, it's so hard. Probably had the most fun had to be like the soccer.
Yep.
The soccer was so fun, but it's like I've never laughed so hard as the industrial one when Hugh. Like that'd be up there. Like that was so funny, man.
Yeah.
And the ski trip. Another one that was a lot of fun. We went out heaps of stories. Can I say another one?
Mate, go.
Yep.
Ski trip the next year actually. The next year, obviously there wasn't the whole drinking thing because everyone was shit scared. But there was the painting heist. All right. So like all the rooms basically they had like 2 or 3 paintings like on the walls at ski trip. And we kind of started this thing where we just kind of... I think another room started it, that, like some other boys just came in and stole one of our paintings. And, you know, being the ape room, like, it just became this whole thing, like, the paint, like, we were just robbing painting. Next thing we know, bro, we're going to all the rooms. We've raided the boys who took our first painting, you know, all their paintings are gone. Like, they stood no chance. And then we had, like 10 paintings like stacked up in our room, like trying to like fit them on the wall, and like one of them broke, I think, and we kind of just like put it in one of the rooms where we got it from. I didn't do it. I was involved, but and it got physical, man. Like Hugh, there was this kid in the younger year, and Hugh kind of like he didn't really mean to do it, but like it got a bit physical, and the kid kind of went to like was running to grab the painting of Hugh. Hugh full just like dropped a shoulder on this kid. The kid got like flattened. It all just like the kid hurt himself. It was such a mess, but it was the funniest thing. It was just like people are coming up to us going like random like groups of like people from our school that we don't really talk to as much are coming up and they're like, yo, like our paintings are gone. Like I feel you guys have it. Like Connor was heavily involved as well. Like obviously because he was a bit of an ape like Hugh. And he's like, nah, it's like patties, right? And then we eventually had to return them, but it's so funny, man.
Oh, bro. Hugh's like involved in every single one of these.
He is. He actually is. He's just...
What a man.
Like, he's a smart... Like, we always say, like, he's like a smart dude. Like all love it. Like,
bro, he got like a 98R, I swear.
Yeah, bro, like, he's a smart... Like, we always say he's book smart, not street smart. Like, that's like our thing. Like, as a joke.
Yeah.
Like, he's street smart, but, like, he just does, like... He just doesn't care that much. Like, he just does, like...
No consequences.
Like,
Yeah,
but he's a smart dude.
Like if you take that kid to America, he's getting shot. He's getting
straight up, bro.
But guys, we're going to put a photo of Hugh up so you guys can see what he looks like, so you can get a little idea. But
it's a good photo.
I love looking back. You know, at these stories. They just make my day, bro.
I was having so much fun just thinking of these, and like Cian actually, my younger brother Cian, he like watches the few of the podcasts and that. He was actually like before this even like Rowan put out the thing like asking if you want to be on it and all that. Yeah. Cian was saying like, oh, when he saw the one with the other people from our school, he was like, oh, you should go on that, like, because I tell him all the stuff about like what we did in school and all that.
That's mad.
Pretty cool.
It's out now, bro. There you go.
Yeah, bro.
He's on it. He's made the cut.
Bro, hopefully when Cian finishes year 12, we can have him on and he can tell us his stories, mate.
Easy, of course.
Fucking oath.
He'd love to.
Yeah.
Mate, that's perfect. Well, Cale, thanks so much for coming on with us. It's been an absolute ball. I just love looking back at those stories and just pissing myself laughing. They'll always make me laugh, man.
Iconic.
Yeah, that was good.
Easy.
Sick, man. Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll be in touch very soon.
No worries. Love you, guys.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, brother. Ciao.
Yo, guys, and welcome back to our second guest of this brand new high school story segment today. We have a little Rosebank alumni, year 11, Paddy Tobin. He is quite infamous and famous in the Rosebank community. Paddy, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing very good, Rowan. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, man. So, welcome to the new segment. And, so both of us know that you have some cracker stories. And have some famous little bits and pieces around the Rosebank scene. So, Paddy, why don't you get us underway with your first story, dude?
Will do. So it was year 8 on a Tuesday, coming into homeroom, and I see this maths test, part A of this maths test, about 20 marks out of the 60 marks. And the test is on Friday. I'm like, what? Like, oh my God, I can't believe I found this test.
Wait, where'd you find this test? First things first.
In my homeroom.
So it was like on the teacher's front desk.
Yeah. on the teacher's front desk in my homeroom in Brady, O Block.
Okay. Yep.
And I wasn't a smart fella that day. I probably should have just taken it for myself. Probably. Maybe. And I run out into Undercroft where all my mates are.
Yep.
You know, holding it up like the Bible.
The Holy
holding it
Grail.
up like
Yeah.
that. And, yeah, exactly. And showing all my mates, like people I didn't even talk to, are taking photos of it.
Definitely the right thing to do.
Everywhere.
Yep.
Definitely. I was getting all the attention and everything. And then a teacher comes up and goes through someone's phone, finds some things, but I don't know. I don't think anything of it. And I don't even know where the test actually went. Because I've handed it over to so many people, I don't know where it actually left.
Oh, but so you actually didn't have it in the end?
Well, I've got the photos. I've got the photos of it.
Okay, yep.
And I was like, okay, I'll study tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight,
Have you
I
still
don't
got the
study.
photos?
No, I had to leave them right in front of the teachers. Anyways, the next night I'll study. Don't study. And then the night after that, I'll study. It's all good. This is Thursday night before the test. I'll study. No, still don't study. And then Friday morning comes, and I go into Mr. Macram's office. And throughout the week, one by one of my friends was going into Macram's office and saying,
Yep. So just for clarification, Mr. Macram's the head of maths. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Big Mac.
The Big Mac. Yeah.
And then I get pulled out, and he says, "Paddy, were you the one that first killed the math test?" Now, as a little year 8, you're not going to say yes, obviously. Why would you? I say no, straight to his face. They bring out my math teacher at the time, Bill Waddell.
Oh, what a guy. He was my math teacher too. Thank you so much.
Who was the assistant math coordinator. Yep. And yeah, they bring them both out, and they're like, "Come on, Paddy, tell the truth." Nah, didn't do it. Don't know what you're talking about. And on the day of the test, period 4, I look at the test. I haven't looked at my part A that I had at home in my phone. Didn't look at it all. Thought I did all right, to be honest with you. I thought I did well doing the test. Part B and part C were all right, but anyways. And I leave. I go into lunch, and I find out that Macram has gone through someone's locker in my year, and everyone thought it was like, drugs or something, or
Yeah.
And it didn't even cross my mind it was going to be the test. And then that kid, who's now my best mate, but back then when we weren't really friends, dobbed me in.
Oh.
Yeah.
And your best mates now?
Oh yeah.
Jeez, that's a story to tell when you're older.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, on that day when I found out that he told, I kind of thought I was a gangster. I was like, I was gonna, what the hell? I'm gonna bash this bloke with these twiggy little arms. And yeah, so I get into Miss Clark,
which is the assistant principal, guys, dean of learning as well.
Mr. Mavrosakis, he's there as well,
the Mav.
And the Big Owl, Big Mac, he's there. And I go in there. Yes. No, don't know what you're talking about. Still saying no, don't know why. Already know that they know. And then which I didn't know, there's 3 cameras in the Undercroft. And they show the footage of me running out, holding it out like...
Oh no.
Like this,
they whipped out the footage.
They whipped out the footage. And I still said that wasn't me.
He was persistent, boys. Oh my.
And then I think 5 people ended up. There was one person that I actually knew who said my name. Who the kid got through the locker, but there was 4 other people who said my name as well. So I was done for.
Yep.
Got suspended and everything.
How long for?
And then I was like. I think it was just a day, to be honest with you.
Oh,
it was a year 8 test.
Yeah,
it's all right. And I go into Macram's office the next week, and I thought, because I think I had to do some help at lunch with the 7s as another punishment from Macram. It's like, why they choose me? And Macram comes, he said, come here. And he said, look at this computer. Now, I was gonna give you a 0, but you got 8. You got 8 out of 60.
Andy had the paper.
Yes.
You still failed the test. That's just the fact that the teacher was like, look, I was going to give you 0, but you got 8 anyway.
Exactly. He's like, I feel like a bigger punishment is sending you home with 8 out of 60. And then, he told me, okay, and also look at this. He showed me year 8's percentage for part A, which on average he said was about 70% over the past years. It was 96%.
Oh my... What?
96% of year 8 got part A correct.
And you said you found part A the hardest. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He gave the answers to the rest of the year group. That's why they got such a high percentage.
Oh my god.
Imagine, bro. What? That's insane.
Wait, so Paddy, when you were handing around the test to everyone, because you said you didn't even know where it was in the end. Do you know if anybody else like took photos and like whipped out a cheeky one on?
Yeah, everyone was taking photos. Everyone was taking photos, and then it just ended up with the kid, and then he put it into his locker.
Yeah.
And then Macram was being detective, and trying to get trying to get everyone one by one. People coming out of my classes, then they come back in like, Macram just told me I might get 0 on the test, but they didn't.
Bro, that's a madness.
Similar the whole year was on it. Like by the end of it,
exactly.
Everyone knew what was in the paper. Oh my god. Like I understand it though. Like you get the paper on Tuesday and the test is on Friday, right? But like I understand. Okay, don't study Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but like at least a Friday morning or something. Like what was going through your head, Paddy? Like.
So. I think there was that's FIFA 18. FIFA 18 I had a little career mode, but that's about
prioritise, mate.
To be honest, what teacher's really thinking it's safe to leave the maths answers on her table in a room full of children?
I don't know, and it's weird because maths normally is in J block, and I found it all the way in O block, and I couldn't believe I found it.
And you still failed.
Yeah.
A big fail as well. That's a 20% fail or like less.
You can be a smart fella or a fart smeller, and that's what I wasn't there that day. My brain wasn't working that day.
Have you improved since then, Paddy? Have you improved now?
I haven't stolen a test since then, if that's what you're asking.
Oh,
that's good.
That's a start. That's a start.
I've got HSC next year, so
who knows?
Might be on a heist there.
So that's all the way back in year 8. Surely going up to year 11, there's been some other like insane stories in your year group or from certain people.
Well, year 7 and 8, I got. In year 9, actually, year 9 was my worst year.
Is for most people.
I was the first kid. Yeah, they said I was the first kid that got 7 Monday detentions in a row, and I would get him for the craziest things.
Back to back.
There was a story where I'm throwing a ball. I'm about to dummy a ball to Neshi.
Yep.
Then I'm uncoordinated. It comes out of my hands, hits him right on the melon, and and he's like, what the hell, he's pretty, he likes his punishments.
Yeah, he does.
And he said to me, what the hell's going on there? I'm like, oh, sorry. And then he grabs the ball, and I'm trying to grab it off him as well, because I want to play footy with my mates, thinking I'm not going to get in trouble, I don't know why. And then the ball, and goes up in the air and hits year 7 right in the groin area.
The groin area.
Yeah.
Just couldn't win.
Couldn't win that day, really, so he took my ball. I went home that day, told my dad a completely different story. He said I was kicking it to someone and it hit a pole and then it hit him in the head or something like that. And yeah, I think I got 2 Mondays in a row for that, because I got one for hitting him in the head and one for hitting the year 7.
Well, looks like your dad's about to find out the real story here. Luke, if you're listening.
Oh, dude, that's almost a whole term back to back. 7 Mondays.
Oh yeah, but back then Mondays were fun.
I know
they were.
Paddy,
you could go on your laptop. I watched Mr. Taylor.
Beauty.
And he just talked about how
you're
bad
so
the government
lucky.
is or something.
Bro, you're so lucky. I remember when when I used to get Monday detentions. It was like the worst thing ever. They made us get four pieces of paper out of our book, like you rip it out. And then you sit there, you have to give your phones up to the front and your laptops up to the front. You have to sit there and write down the college guidelines on the piece of paper 100 times.
Yeah, it matter
my
what
God,
teacher you
bro.
got. It matter what teacher you got.
My God.
But that's the
This
thing.
felt
Is that really going to change like your actions at school? Fuck
No,
no.
no. If anything, it made me more rebellious. I felt like Bart Simpson. Knowing that opening scene where he's writing on the board in detention?
Yeah.
Bro, it was that bad, dude.
Yeah.
Paddy, surely you're kind of proud of that though. 7 in a row, man. That's like that's a big feat.
Rosebank record.
Well, surely that's a Rosebank record. And
It's gotta be.
last year when they brought out the infringements, I was also told, I don't know why they keep telling me these records. It gives me a massive ego boost. I was the 3rd top boy in the school to get infringements that year.
Yeah. How many did you have in that year? How many did you rack up?
I don't know. They just told me the number. Like, if you got 3 infringements, you get a Monday. If you got 4, I don't know, they take your phone away. They've changed the whole system. I don't like Mondays anymore, so that's good.
Yeah.
It's good that they've changed that system.
Yep.
But yeah.
Let's think about it. If you had 7 Mondays and you need 3 infringements for a Monday, that's 21 infringements and
That
probably
is
some
quick
more.
math. That is good work, Rowan. Quick
Thank
math.
you. That's
That's-
3
maths.
7. I got used to Waddell for that one.
Oh, what a
Thank
man.
you, Bill.
Oh man. Well, yeah. It seems like you're a bit more on the ball now, Paddy. It seems like year 8 and year 9 were your bad years.
Well, yeah. I got year 7. In a rugby league match, a CBSA rugby league match. I take a ball from dummy half, and then I get upended from this year 8 must have been, but this big Islander.
Yeah.
And I've broken my collarbone straight away, and I played the ball. They actually scored off the play. I played the ball so groggily, and then I've broken my collarbone, and I'm just Josh Parnell comes on,
Big
and
boy.
he just thinks I'm being a whoops, and he's like, "Get up, come on, seriously." I'm like, "Mate, I can't move my shoulder," and he tries moving it. I'm like, I'm screaming. And he's like, "Oh shit, sorry, mate." And then he bring me off the table, and they get the wonderful Miss Moran to drive me to St George Hospital.
Oh, Miss Moran.
I think you're the first male ever at Rosebank to get in the car with Miss Moran.
Twice. Because while still broken my collarbone, while still like I've got it in a wing now, I've got it in a little sling now, and I'm walking down Burwood Station at like 6 o'clock to go to State of Origin that night. And, Miss knows that. And she says, "Paddy, just hop in. I'll drive you to Central," I think she said.
Oh.
And yeah, we got all the way to Central.
What a legend.
What tunes did you listen to?
Oh, it was the Fresh Eyes.
Ooh, not bad.
Certainly, And that was when I was, because I took the green whistle.
Oh,
High as a kite.
I was, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was glad I didn't really say anything.
Well, Paddy, mate, look, it looks like you're back on the right track, and guys, we'll keep you updated if there's another paper heist in the Year 12 HSE.
Yeah, if you see it on the news, you know who it is. Oh, good to have you on, mate.
Alright, yeah. Thanks,
Ciao,
guys.
Paddy. See you later, dude. That's right, guys. Before we go on to our stories, big shout out to the boys. We'll put their socials in the description, so if you want to message them, feel free. But, Pat and I, we've loved doing this episode. But without further ado, we're going to get onto some of our own stories that we witnessed and were part of at Rosebank College. So, Pat, do you want to get us underway with one of your first stories, man?
Yeah. The first one that kind of points out to me was in year 8 French class. Now you think in year 7 you're kind of the new kid. You're a bit more. You abide by the rules. You know what I mean? Whatever the teacher says, you do because you're scared to face the consequences. Year 8, you kind of you feel a little bit more confident. You feel like you run the joint.
You've been to school for a year.
Yeah.
You're getting the hang of things.
Exactly. And my year 8 French class was arguably like it had some notorious names in Rosebank history in there. And we were I won't give out the names, but it was a fun class. It was a fucking fun class. And we went through not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 teachers in the whole calendar year. So
Teacher every term.
Yep, exactly. I will not mention the teachers' names, but let's just say the first one supposedly left the country. I'm not sure if it was because of our class being that bad, but you could really tell that with the teachers we were getting later, they were quite desperate just to get us through the year. So very, very interesting class. It was one of those classes that, whenever the teacher was speaking in French, we'd all actually get up, "What are you doing in my swamp?" Shrek, and just play it at the same time on the laptop. Like, all the Rosebank kids will know, like, you would do that all the time. I remember the FIFA guys would know. There's a FIFA YouTuber called Nepenthes, and his introduction is like, "What's up, guys? Nepenthes here." And we found a YouTube video where it's just like playing on repeat, and I just like play it out loud, and then the teacher's like, "What are you doing, Pat?" I slam my laptop down, and it just keeps playing. So you could just like hear this noise, and I'm just like, "Man, what's that?" My laptop's down. But no, absolutely cracker class. It was so funny by the end of it. We had a teacher by the name of Miss Cowman. I said I wouldn't mention names, but I don't know what she's doing now. I'm not sure for what reasons. I wouldn't have her a day overnighty, but I wouldn't have her a day under as well. She was she'd been around the block before when it came to school, and I won't go into the exact details, but let's just say we gave her a fair bit. So I'm not surprised she left by the end of it. I'm not sure if it was for health reasons or if it was for actual.
Cowman, dude.
Yeah, she was a lovely lady, and she, I really, I wish her the best. But you do not walk into a year 8 French class unprepared. What's about to happen. You know what I mean? You're going to have to be able to control the class, and let's just say that none of our teachers could do that. It was a very fun class, probably one of my favorites in Rosebank, so I thought I'd just kind of share one of those. I
like that.
Yeah, good fun.
On a similar note, I have a year 8 French class story as well. Obviously so in year 7 we study Italian, French and Mandarin, and for going into year 8 we get to pick which language we want to learn for that whole year.
Yep.
So obviously I picked French, je ne sais ta mère, bonjour monsieur, etc.,
you would have seen it. You did say it on the last podcast, or he's whipped out a few of those 69 avec ta mère and one of the those, yeah
just a little bit of French that we remember the swearing. But to my contraire, I'll keep going. So
to my contraire.
I remember going into this French class, a year at French class, and sitting down. It was a double period on, I think it was like a Wednesday morning.
Yep. And
so, like, I'd had a pretty big breakfast. I think I had about 9 or 10 wheat bix with a banana and a yogurt.
Big fella.
And I had so obviously my stomach was pretty full, pretty dense. So I get into this class, and I'm in there for about 45 minutes or so. And so I raised my hand and I was like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, may I please go to the bathroom?" And sir was like, "No, I'm sorry, in this French class we have to ask this in French." And so it took me a couple of minutes to figure out how to say, "Please sir, can I go to the bathroom?" in French. Anyway, so I figured it out. I was like, "Oh, excuse me sir, can I please go to the bathroom?" And he was like, "Oui, oui." And I was like, "No, poo poo."
And man got a detention for that.
And I ended up getting a detention for that, even though that was the case. The whole class
It was just being honest. It was just being honest.
I was just being honest.
No, sir, I'm going to be a couple more minutes. Just let me do my thing.
Exactly. It's not going to be a wee wee. It's going to be a poo poo.
Exactly.
But, I ended up getting my detention for myself after that one. But it was so funny, bro. Yeah, the whole class died of laughter.
Speaking of Rowan and Weet-Bix, I will actually mention in my year 10 PDHPE class, because Rowan, you used to get to school early and play basketball in the morning.
Yeah.
Mate, you would literally bring your breakfast to school. So quite literally, man whipped out a bowl which he put milk in. He had a packet of Weet-Bix, put the Weet-Bix in there, and then cut up a banana in PDHPE class and proceeded to eat it. I was like, dude, respect.
It's at 9:30 in the morning in the middle of class.
Yeah, in the middle of class. Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things you just had to be there. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Bro, eat when you wake up. But nah, cracker. Yeah, man, you tell another one of yours, because I've got a funny one that I want to say towards the end.
I remember. I think it was year 11 English actually. Year 11. This
Year
one
11
just came to
English.
mind.
Okay.
Year
yeah.
11 English class, right?
Yeah.
We had this. Donny. Called. Who was it? Who was in the class? I think it was. Might have been year 10 English. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's besides the point. But Nick Corbett was in our class.
Oh
right?
God, we have so many
And,
stories of Nick Corbett.
I think
Jesus.
Nick Corbett probably goes down as one of the most famous names in Rosebank history. I think
Yeah.
when any teacher started the year and saw a Nick Corbett in their class, they would genuinely cry.
So,
at the
so
start of the school year.
I had Nick Corbett in my year 8 and year 9 class. He made the teachers cry. Like literally cry. Like in our year 10 maths class, it was made our teacher cry.
It was something else.
In our year 8 English class, last lesson made our teacher cry. Like
Literally.
he just was one of those guys with the lines here, and Nick would always make sure that he crossed it. Always.
100%.
Yeah.
He would always go over it. And then so
Yeah.
it was, and then there was also Remy Scalone in the class, right? And a couple of other the boys. But we had this substitute teacher, and she was a bit on the latter side of life. But one of the boys started playing the Harry Potter theme song on their laptop. Dun, 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 right? But the thing was, before the teacher came into the class, they hid it in a kid's locker in the classroom. So there was an open locker in the classroom, and so they put the laptop in there and put the Harry Potter music on quite low, so all of us could hear it, but the teacher couldn't. And so in the background, it's just going dun 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 dun.
Just ambient noise.
So, ambient noise in the background. So everyone in the class, we're all dying of laughter. Like everyone is losing the plot. And this is like, can everyone please be quiet? Why is everyone laughing for? Because like she couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, everyone be quiet. And so everyone was like super quiet. And then she shut up. And it got so loud, and so she could hear it as well. And she was like, whoever's got that on that laptop, turn it off right now. And we were like, Miss, no, like it's no one here. Like it's the classroom behind us. They're watching Harry Potter movie in the English class. and so
did she believe you?
She walked out of the classroom to the other class to see if they were watching Harry Potter. Literally interrupted the middle of the class.
Imagine walking into like a year 12 English class and saying, you watching The Philosopher's Stone?
No,
just curious.
Embarrassed herself by walking to the other classroom, asking are they watching Harry Potter, realising that there was nothing on the board.
Oh my God.
Coming back into the classroom and trying to like pin one of the boys for playing this Harry Potter music. No one was saying shit because it was so funny.
Yeah.
And she was getting mad, but then every time she'd go on a rant and be quiet to catch her breath, you just hear dun dun dun, in the background. Anyway, and she eventually realised it was in the locker and she took it out, and then she sent, I think it was Remy, she sent Remy up to IT with his laptop to get into so much shit with one of the IT guys. What was his name? Jeremy what? No, not Jeremy, it was Simon Fauchon.
Oh, Simon! Oh,
Simon
man.
Fauchon.
we remember Simon, an absolute beast.
We do, but that's just another one of the little stories.
Yeah, absolute cracker. I had a very funny one, and it kind of just links back to, I mean, no offense, the nurses, they try their best, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing half the time.
The stigmas around school nurses are incredible.
In private schools, it's different, but in like, I mean, Rosebank is like a semi-private school, but the nurses weren't actual. I'm not sure if they were like actual nurses or whatever. And I mean, maybe they were, but this will definitely change your mind.
You see like those memes where it's in America where it's like, oh, you fall off the monkey bars and break both your arms and one leg, and the nurse gives you a lollipop and an ice pack.
It's quite similar in Australia as well. Because in year 9 we were playing soccer at lunch, and I don't know, I just had a little bit of a niggly pain in like my hip. I was wondering what was going on, but you know, I persisted as I always do, and it got to the latter side of lunch, and I was we were doing some penalty shootouts. So my time to take the penalty, you know, hip still hurting a little bit. I take the penalty. I slip like John Terry on my ass. I do a little slip, Panenka it. Score! Oh my God, what a goal, Pat! Well done. I'm on the floor in immense pain, immense fucking pain, genuinely. And I get up and I can barely fucking walk. I'm like, bro, this is not right. Something really bad has happened. Inevitably, like a few minutes later, the bell goes, and I'm just thinking, you know, what am I gonna do here? I've got history class to go to now. I'm gonna have to try and get through the end of the day. So, me being the good student that I was, I hobbled to history class in E block. And I got in there and I sat down and I couldn't even like stretch my legs. Like it had to stay like kind of bent. Otherwise it was actually fucked. So I went to the teacher and I was like, man, I gotta go. Like I gotta go to the office because something isn't right here. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the office expecting that they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, we'll call one of your parents. They'll bring you home and everything will be fine. You know, we'll get one of the kids to grab your stuff from the class, or maybe I brought it with me. But anyway, I go up to the office. And she looks at me and she's like, what's wrong? And I'm in so much pain, like I can barely walk. And I'm like, can you just like check it out or something? She's like, oh no, well, school's almost done. Gives me an ice pack and sends me back to class. Gives me a fucking ice pack. And okay, but that's not the end of the story, okay? I go to the doctor the next day, get an x-ray, and I fractured my fucking hip and I can't play sport for 4 months. And I stayed the rest of the day of fucking school and she gave me an ice pack. An ice pack, bro. So yeah, there you go. School nurses,
That's so jokes,
school nurses, couldn't trust them. Couldn't trust them to make a chicken dinner, mate. Genuinely.
That leads so well on to the PHP stories I'm going to tell you guys a little
Incredibly.
bit about, because guys, I'm going to let you know, this PHP class of year 11 and 12,
We spoke about it.
class
Yeah.
of 2020.
It was incredible.
It's the greatest Rosebank class of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, shout out to Miss Piccone, who turned Miss Carter, who was a gem. The
Legend.
greatest teacher ever
Gem.
to put up with the amount of shit that we get.
I don't know how she did. Yeah, I don't know.
No, but seriously, you know, like, it's the greatest class because all these other PHP classes and all the other year 12 classes, they were envious of our PHP class. That everyone wanted to be in it, that they would be walking past and literally come and sit in our class because it was that good. I know, Pat, you heard some stories about, and you've told me that you wish you were in that class.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. That was the class of the year. But I'd say just in front of the industrial class in year 12, like you wanted to be in the PDHBE class. But yeah, there's plenty of stories that we all know.
That's it. But I'll take two.
Take two of them. Yeah.
So there was one of those stories. One of the stories I have was, do you remember when there used to be that trend going around, like that African trend? It was like, what is this? Water.
Yeah.
That was going around on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People going wild. Well, during that trend, there's a video of me somewhere out there. There's a video of me doing in class. I look like an absolute bellend and knob in the class.
But at the time,
it was so funny. But this is just like the tolerance that our teacher would put up with in the middle of class.
Yeah.
I would get up and do something so stupid.
Yep.
And I wouldn't even get sent out for it. But it was so funny. We'll put the clip up here real quick.
What is this? This is a food. This is a food. Miss, wait, miss. Miss, what is this? What is this, miss? This is a locker. Food locker. Ah!
But yeah, that was so funny, and everyone died, and I don't know how many put up with that, to be honest, bro.
Incredible, bro.
Oh, bro, it was one of those clips where it's just like, look, she's just gone through so much shit, she's just used to it now, and she's just gonna let it slide.
Yeah, but the next one is a really amazing, iconic one. It's got to be said.
Yeah. The next one's gonna live on with our year group for the next forever. It's gonna live on with our year group forever, dude.
Yeah, it will.
So it was coming up on Valentine's Day, right? And me and my best friend Luca Castellan, we were coming up with an idea because he didn't really have a date. So he was like, "Oh, what if I ask out the PHP teacher, Miss Carter, because she's kind of cute?" And we were like, "Oh no, maybe not." And then we both looked
married
at each other,
though.
We were like, "Yeah." It's when you look at the boys, it's like, "Yeah." And so that night, me and Luca were just kind of like talking logistics. Now, like we should get like some flowers and some chocolates as well.
There was an actual plan behind it.
The plan behind it, right?
Yeah.
And then in one of the lessons we had together, I started writing a couple of poems, and a little bit of a script for Luca to follow because he didn't really know what to say. And so I wrote a poem for Luca. He found another poem, and then I wrote the rest of the script for him. And he was like, "Miss, your eyes are so beautiful." You know, I was doing all the cheesy stuff for him, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it was about a week out before Valentine's Day. You know, I text on the boys group chat. All right, boys, this is what's going to happen like next Tuesday or whatever day it was. I'm going to bring my guitar in, and we're going to start in Palm Court, which is on the other side of the school.
Other side of the school, yeah.
And we're all going to walk in a line to class while I'm playing guitar with scripts in our hands, and we're all going to serenade Miss with "Can't Help Falling in Love with You" by Elvis Presley.
Oh, dude.
So it was, I think it was like first period, I'm pretty sure it was. We all line up in Palm Court. Luca's got a little rose on. He's got all his treats and goodies in his script for Miss. And then we all start walking down playing guitar. You know, everyone's laughing and giggling. And then we get to we see the classroom, and oh my god, it was packed. There was so many people inside, but then there were like 4 classrooms watching from the outside, right? So we're walking down. I'm at the front of the line playing guitar with Luca by my side, and we walk into the classroom.
It's like the bride and the groom.
Bro, it was literally the bride and the groom. Miss is sitting down.
Except reversed. It was reversed. Luca was the bride.
And like, literally, Miss is sitting down like, what is going on? And so we walk into the classroom. Just all the boys are singing "Wise Man Say." It was so funny. We'll put the video up for you guys to watch. But I won't go into too much more details, just so you guys can watch it.
Ambitious. R for romantic. Lastly, another A for aesthetical to my eyes. These are just a plethora of actions. Not often does someone come around in my life as kind as you. Your teaching skills are impeccable. Your attitude to teaching is astonishing. Now I understand the circumstances and how you've got a husband in this. Here is another poem I've written for you. The night sky is full of stars. Now let you just be who you are. I can hear music softly playing. All I want to hear is what you're saying. I have one question for you. I hope you want this too. I have to see you come to the formal and dance with me.
But it was the funniest and most iconic thing that ever happened in our Year 12 year group, bro.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, the video, they've seen the video now. It is absolutely fucking hilarious. And I don't know how Miss Carter put up with all of it. So an absolute trooper. We love Miss Carter.
We do, bro. Respect to all the teachers, you know, before we end. Respect to all of them who put up with our shit.
Yeah, you know, I mean, obviously you do get a few duds here and there, but respect it because, you know, they have their job and it is a very difficult job. And some of them put up with us, but that's the thing, you know, it's not like we were an all doom and gloom year. We were the best year in terms of like how they performed for marks ever at Rosebank.
And I think we're also like, as much as we were, you know, rowdy, we're also like very respectful though.
Yeah, exactly. And we're a very like tight bunched group as well.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing that we can all say. Yeah, 100%. You know, we cannot wait.
I think just because through COVID, we all went through that together, so we're a little bit closer than other year groups.
Yeah, for sure.
We all appreciated each other, and the time we had much more because it was lesser.
Yeah, 100%. There's so many stories, but like I don't want to give them all away now because we want to know.
This is going to be an ongoing segment.
Yeah, we want to know if you guys want to see another episode. If you want to see us do this, maybe like once every second midweek episode, Rowan and I would do get some ex-Rosebank students on, or not even, like get some other students on from other schools eventually, and they can give their stories. So if you guys are watching from across the world or whatever, you got some funny stories, give us a message on the Takin Easy Instagram or on the email.
Or even let us know if you guys want us to talk about, you know, some stories post-school, like school reunions, or
100%.
You know, big nights out on a Saturday all together, because there's some insane stories like that. But
incredible.
Guys, let us know. But thanks for watching and tuning into this week's episode. We really appreciate it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and we will catch you guys this Sunday for another episode. Take care and peace, guys.
Take care, guys. Bye.